friends. How are you guys doing today? Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with me for just a little bit, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about Dangerous Animals from 2025, directed by Mr. Sean Byrne. Before we get into all the shark-eating people madness, hit that like and subscribe button for me, guys. Man, so I saw the previews for this, and it did the old bait and switch on me. And normally that would kind of irritate me, because I hate it when a movie shows me one thing on the trailer and then it's absolutely something else when I watch it. I hate it when that happens, and normally I will bash a movie for doing that, but not in this instance. This, in theory, in the trailer, is billed as kind of a shark attack movie like Jaws or Deep Blue Sea, you know, something like that. Creature feature. That's what you're kind of led to believe you're going to be watching. It winds up being a thriller. Not a creature feature horror movie, but a thriller. And man, the bait and switch was appropriate, and I wasn't mad at it at all. Because I think if this would have been a pure shark attack film, it wouldn't have been that good. But when you throw in the acting of Jai Courtney, you throw in the story of there's this stalker guy looking for these girls, and he gets them, you know, that how he lures them out with shark tours, and then does, you know, kidnaps them in the ocean, on the ocean. Where can you run? In shark infested waters, you know. That's kind of brilliant storytelling. I thought that the story was very well written. I never got fatigued by the dialogue. I never thought the dialogue was superfluous. Everything worked well to move the story along. Jai Courtney, I thought, was excellent as like a psycho killer, you know, Jack Nicholson from The Shining type. I thought he was very, very well cast in this. He did a great job of being able to flip that switch at the snap of a finger, where he's like a cordial, gentlemanly kind of guy, and then all of a sudden he's a psycho killer trying to skin you like a fish. It's just wild, and I dug it. I loved the nuances of it, because he's like obsessed with sharks, right? He is obsessed with them. And he loves to tell people about them, but he also likes to do like the faces of death type thing. So he kidnaps people in the boats, and then he hooks them up and then like basically feeds them to the sharks. And I'm just like, whoa, this is crazy. But it worked. So it's not technically a shark attack movie as much as it's a crazy dude feeding people to sharks after he kidnaps them on their shark tour. And that was cool. He was able to be like, you know, just normal dude, cordial guy, kind of like Steve Zahn in The Perfect Getaway, or A Perfect Getaway. And then he's able to switch that psycho killer on in just a snap of a finger, and he does it so well. And I think that Steve Byrne was really able to bring that out of him, because let's face it, Jai Courtney, he's hit or miss with some of his performances. Some of them, spot on. Some of them, you can tell that him and the director maybe didn't have the greatest relationship, or the director wasn't able to, you know, drag the performance out of him that he desired. So you can tell that there was some chemistry there between everybody on set, because not only was he good, but our main actresses and final girls that were on the boat, you know, getting fed to the sharks, they were good, because I felt like they were genuinely scared at sometimes. The way that she, you know, her body language, her eyes, and things like that, like it, whoa, you know, it could get intense, and I thought she did a really good job. The special effects, I mean, they're hit or miss. You have some where you see them and they're like, oh, that is blatantly poorly rendered CGI, and then you have other instances where it is very much practical, and it's very much, you know, looks very real, like a bloodless hand floating in the water. Like, you could tell that was probably real, you know, that wasn't a CGI hand. And so I thought that looked really well. The movie overall, I thought, was well made, just well performed, great cinematography, score, all that stuff. I think it's well worth your time if you want to give it a chance. Is it one of those movies that you need to rush out and see? Probably not, but it is an awesome little, I say awesome, that's a big word to use. No, we're not going to say it's awesome. It is it's a fun, entertaining little psychological thriller, or just thriller, you know. It's a fun film, and I don't want to own it, but I'm glad that I watched it. You know what I mean? So maybe one day I'll revisit it again and it'll have the same. I'll think of it higher or lower. But right now, it's a solid flick. I highly recommend you guys check it out. I rented it, so if you want to spend some coin, go for it. If not, check it out on a streamer when it finally drops. But other than that, that is it, my friends, for Dangerous Animals. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. Hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. And as always, I am going to keep making them as long as you keep watching them. Peace out. God bless you, my friends, and I will see you soon.